Welcome back to Voice of the Founding Fathers, and I'm your host, Dr. D. Lee Pippin. And today, we're going to go in a little bit of a different direction. I'm going to talk about Roe versus Wade, which has become the most controversial thing going on, and everyone believes the Supreme Court may overturn Roe versus Wade. There are several points to Roe versus Wade. You have the religious, you have the conservative, you have the liberal, and you have the median of the road. Certain religions believe abortion is wrong. Now, what is a falsehood is everyone believes the Catholic Church has said abortion cannot happen. It's wrong. That's not true. There are 3 cases in which abortion is permitted within the Catholic Church. The first case is in cases of incest. The second case is in cases of rape. And the third case is in cases of dire health risks to the mother. In all 3 cases, the church has said abortion is allowed and acceptable. Now, abortion as a method of birth control is not. Then the conservatives, who believe right to life, that our life begins once the fetus starts, have made their arguments over and over again. It's funny, these are also the same people that believe in public executions and the death sentence. So, right to life is only one-sided. The liberals believe you should have no abortion rules and it should be a choice. And then you have the moderates. And in the case with the moderates, which is more where I stand, I believe that abortion should be an option because it is the right to everyone to have a say over their own body. And scientifically, a fetus is not a living entity until it reaches at least 23 to 24 weeks. It cannot survive on its own. It has no set heartbeat of its own, and it does not produce its own food or capable of consuming food. Therefore, it is a matter of cells dividing and cross-dividing in the development of a child. So, I am not going to call that a life. And you can argue with me, but that would be the same thing to say that the cells that grow on the side of your part of your body, that's a mole or something else, is also a life. It's the same types of cells. So let's get it clear. I do not agree that you should be using abortion as a birth control. Find other methods. That is not something the actual taxpayer should be paying for either. Find other methods. I do believe it should be a right and a choice. Now, I'm also going to go on some other aspects to it, because you also get into the part of where people have multiple children they cannot care for. And then suddenly that becomes the burden of the state as well. And that's not right. So you say people should have as many children as they want and no child should be aborted. Who's going to pick up the tab? You? Are you going to pay for it? Just so you have an idea, it's about $225,000 to birth a child, from conception through birth. Then you figure you're going to need another $500,000 to raise them to 18. And if you want them to have any chance at life, figure you're going to put out another $250,000 to put them through college. That's $1 million investment. No other way of looking at it, $1 million investment. Are you going to pay that $1 million for that fetus because you think every fetus should be born? Are you going to take that child into your house and raise them? You going to adopt them? We have tons of unwanted children living on the streets. Abandoned. Completely abandoned. Living under shelters. Being brutalized by predators. Raped. Sold into human bondage. All kinds of things. And those are the children you wanted to still have born. So what are you doing to protect them? So think, before you say, let's throw the baby out with the bathwater and get rid of Roe versus Wade and take away everyone's choice. Also think about what happened before, when people didn't have the ability to go into a clinic and have it done in a proper manner. People still had abortions. People still did all kinds of things that did damage to their bodies, did damage to other people. You don't want to go back to the coat hanger days in the 1940s and 50s. You don't want that happening. You don't want your own daughter to mangle herself because she had no other choice in her mind. We have to think. We have to reason. And that's the whole purpose of my podcast, to get you to think. If only 3% of you actually contemplate some of the words that I say, and you reason it out, and you do your own research and your own studies, then this podcast has been a success. Because the whole object is to go ahead and think and make decisions and not listen to pundits and propaganda. That's how you get in problems. That's how a country ends up not existing. Again, remember, click on the subscribe button, click up for notifications, hit that like button, and come back and see us again. Thank you and have a great day.